yesterday this way I was trying and it was like lastly not working. So actually what
Yeah,
happened by
yeah.
mistake, this line of code was there at the below, line number 86. So later I saw that. So that's why it was again selecting the first value, right? It was selecting the last one, 1905, but due to this, it was quickly selecting the 2022. So that's why means I already fixed this, so I can show you that. Everything is same like that yesterday. The only this was the extra code which I removed. It was here, line number it is.
Okay.
You see one? So this is the same code which I was discussing yesterday, and I will show you the execution. And this is like Facebook. So first it will select like 1999. Then it will wait for 2 seconds. Then it will index value 0. It means 2022. Then wait for 2 seconds and the last value. So last value is 1905. You already know that. So those things is still like I'm just going to run this. You see this. This is happening on. So now you understand the XPath and CSS selector, right?
Yeah.
See, first it selected date, then month, and then it will go to year. So starting with 1999, then the first value 2022, the last value 1905. So it's
Yeah.
selected, right? So it's working
Yeah.
as expected. So yesterday what happened? I put it like that by mistake. You see
Mm,
here like that. So
mm,
when I was running this, it was not working. I didn't see this because it was in the bottom.
mm.
Sorry. 1999, then 2022, and then again it is 2022. You see, something
Yeah.
happened so quickly. So this was happening
Yeah.
yesterday. So it was
Okay.
due to that. This line of code was extra. So I removed this. Now this issue is fixed. So you can see here, this is done. Now I have like more for select class. But sometimes like they are asking that print the values of any drop down. So how you will print that? So consider that this is a Facebook page. I click new account, and suppose that you want to take this one, that is better one, this one. This I
Mm,
want to print the text, like what are the values present in this, because this is something very long number. Even I
yeah.
want, I can print this as well, but I am just going with this example. Okay. So I just want to print the values of the any drop down, any select class drop down. So how I will do that? So first you have to use get options, and then you will get all the like you see here select list option printing. It's a select class and list option printing. So basically it is using this get options, and once you will get options, then you will have to run one loop, and on the basis of loop you will use get text for printing. So I will show you that part. So I believe this is the same page. I will modify the first top couple of lines. That should be okay. Up to here, it's copy. I'm going here and I'm modifying this. Basically, this is getting updated, the path and everything. So this line is code for like managing duration of seconds. The things which are not needed, I will just remove that. It's a day. I will not use day. I will use month. So let me remove this part. I don't need this. This is the month. And this is something for year. I don't need this. Mm, copy, and I go here. I will modify over here. And there also I need to modify this part. Click part I need to modify. This is asking for throws declaration, that is done. So this part. So once you click it, I'm going for the month one. You see, this is the month, and I just find the locator by CSS selector. And once I get the element of the month, I passed it in the select class. And once you have the select class element, the select class things you done, then you can use get options. You remember that get options. So this is something get options. So it will give you the list of web element. You see here, get options. Return type is what? List of web element. So first I use month.get options and I got like a list of web element. So what I did one by one, I iterate it. Iterate means like using loops. So you know advanced for loop for the type of data which is holding here, and the list will be here in the right side, and with the column symbol I will just separate it. So this is the syntax of advanced for loop, and this is the local variable I have taken. So local variable and what action you want to take. So I said that just I want to get the text. Okay, so it will read the text of each and everything and it will just print it. So I have taken like short one, but up to you. Any just take any select class drop down and you will get the values of that. So after 5 seconds, I'm like waiting it and then this will be done. So that's a simple program. And only trick is that how you will get the in the interview they will ask you that how you will print the text. So you will say that via get options means select class has a method called get options. You will get the list of web element, and once you get the list of web element, so you will start a loop, and then with the help of get text you can print it. So you have to tell this logic, otherwise they will not be satisfied. So once you will tell this logic, then this is going to work. So let me run that and show you. You can see here it is working. January, February, March, April, up to December it is printing. So this is something with the get options. So whatever the options I'm getting, I can reduce this line of code. Means if someone is asking me to reduce, so I will reduce it like that. See here how I will reduce it. And instead of writing one more line, I will put simple here like this. Okay, so this is also going to work. Means I can reduce one line of code. So this way also you can reduce one of line. Means you can remove that line. It's better for new people understanding. It should be like that. That what is happening you will understand in a better way. So that's why I have written like that. So this was one example. Other is like select class. There are two kind of drop downs. One is select class and one is like bootstrap. Bootstrap is something where select class is not involved, but the drop down is there. So in that case, how you are going to click on a web element. So that is done via find elements. So I will show you that example as well. This was the example of like purely select class. So you have to inspect the web element and check that whether select class is coming to the picture. If select class is there, then select class rule will be applicable. But there are some drop downs where select class are not there. So this is something bootstrap. Okay. So you see here bootstrap drop down. This is the example I am taking. I'm taking a couple of lines from here. And there is a different website, not the facebook.com. So this is okay. Up to here, it is okay. No problem. Now, this part also okay. I can leave it here. This is just for implicit wait. Now see here, this is the website. I will first manually show you that what is going to happen. One is select class and one is bootstrap dropdown. So bootstrap dropdown, it means the select tag will be not there. Right click and go. So once I am here, you can see here there is a dropdown. So this dropdown has some value. It means if I can click and then I can select CSS, then it will be like this. If I click here, then I can select HTML, then it will be like this. So like this, it will be allow you to select. So there are so many examples on the internet. You can take any. I just take this example to show you that there are some dropdowns you can check. JavaScript. So others are not working, but JavaScript is working. You can see here. I just click on that one. So it worked. So when I'm clicking HTML, so nothing is happening. When I'm clicking CSS, nothing is happening. I'm clicking on About Us, nothing is happening. But when I'm clicking on JavaScript, then this page is displayed. You see here, learnautomation.com. What I will do here, I will first click on this, then I will click on JavaScript. So this is my task, which is working code I will take. So since it is not a select class, then how you will select the value from the dropdown? Like select class has some methods, select by visible text, index and all such things. But here it is not. So just right click and inspect, and then you will come to know. You can see here, this is something a button. It's not a select class. So select class is not applicable. So don't confuse if something like that. So if someone is asking, they are just trying to check your knowledge, whether you know this concept or not. So there are two kind of drop downs. One is select class and one is without select class. So once it is without select class, then we will use driver.find elements. Okay. So that is the case. And with that, I can get the list of what do you call the drop down values. And then I can start a loop, and based on some condition, I can click on that particular JavaScript. So that's the thing I'm going to do. So first task is that click on this web element, right? So this is something a button, and you can see ID is menu 1. So this is the best I can take. And based on that, I can start my automation. So I'm coming here. When I come here, you see it's a ID. So I'm using find element by dot CSS selector hashtag menu 1. Then click. So once I will click it, after 2 seconds, I will wait for 2 seconds. And after 2 seconds, I will check this list, whether this list is valid. So you can see here, this is the locator I have taken and how many elements I'm going to get. First, check this. So when you're using find elements, so you have to find common locators. So what is common among all? So I'm just right clicking here, inspect. You can see here, this is LIA, LIA, LIA. So let me find it. Here I'm using locator. So every time role is menu item is common. You can see here menu item is common. Menu item is common. Everywhere it is common. So what I did, I written like that /li and /a. It means instantly li has a. So that's why I put single slash. Single slash means just a child. Then I am saying that at the rate role is equal to menu item. So based on that, it is saying that 1 of 4. Means there are 4 elements matching with this. If I click here, you can see how much it is already. Just I'm hitting it. So it is checking left side. Left side also you can check. First it is selecting this. So what it will do, it will give me a list of web elements because I'm using driver.find elements, right? So based on the common locator, I will find the list of web elements. So you can see here, same thing I'm doing driver.find element by .xpath, and I'm putting a common locator. Common locator means everything is common in that. Li is applicable, A is applicable, and at the rate menu item is also applicable. So when I put this, so return type of this is a list of web elements. So it given me list of web elements. Okay. So very simple task, no problem. When you are using this, I found like this. And then when I have this, I will just start a loop, and based on some condition, I will click it. So I started this loop. You can see a for loop I have started, and I'm saying that if option, this is the local variable, right? Which will point one by one every item. So option dot get text. I'm saying that if the text of that particular web element is matching with JavaScript, then click it. So this is the condition I have put. Option dot get text. So get text is the string type. So string has a equals method. I'm saying that if is equal to JavaScript, case sensitive it is, then what you do, just click on that, right? And after clicking, no need to start the loop or continue the loop. So I'm using a break statement that just break out of that. Consider that it is a hundreds values. Okay, and you are already done with the third one. So why you need to go with the fourth one, right? So that's why after clicking, I am breaking down the loop. Breaking down the loop means it will just come out of this part. Break a statement, right? So after this, I am just trying to quit it. It's okay. Or I can do one thing. I can print some what do you call URL and title. Yes, why so? Driver.get current URL. So let me run this and I will show you this. It worked. See that, right?
Yeah.
After 5 seconds, it will. So before doing that, I will do one thing. I will print all the list. That should also be fine. So I already have the list option. So what I will do, first time I will start a loop and then I will print all the text. This is the option. Option dot get text plus. So one loop is just for printing and second loop is just for clicking. Okay, so that's okay. Let me run this. Get text will get you the value. I already explained what the uh, importance of get text and get attribute of value. So see here, it worked. Right. So it printed HTML, CSS, JavaScript about us. 4 values it found. So it printed all 4. And then it clicked as well. And after clicking, it is printing the title and this it is printing. So that's okay. It's working as expected. So this was all about like select class and bootstrap dropdown. This is something interview question about bootstrap dropdown. So you have to be smart in the interview. You have to tell that if it is a bootstrap, then instead of select class, I will go with the find elements, which will give you the list of web elements based on the common locator. This is the logic you have to implement. And once it is done, then you can just go for normal automation thing. So that was something very important related to dropdown. But I will give the name here. Let me go here. It's a dropdown will be a prefix. Okay. Rename. Copy. And it is a dropdown. Select class. Then it is also a dropdown. So now it is correctly organized. So next time if someone is asking, then they will find it so easily. That should be okay. So this is all about select class. So you can see here we have already discussed about by index, by value, by text, visible text also we have discussed. Now there is a new topic called implicit and explicit wait. So I will show you the demo for implicit and explicit. If it is here, then I can show you. So let me go to this one, and just open one. It's an implicit wait. So for implicit wait, why it is needed? Okay, because sometimes it is happening that you click on some part. Consider that you clicked on JavaScript and it is taking some time to appear and you want to interact with this web element, right? Then it will found that this web element is still not loaded. So in that case, it is going to fail. So to manage the things, the time synchronization, we are using implicit wait. So basically implicit wait will tell that just wait for the number of time the user has stored before throwing the exception. So that is the maximum number of time allocated. Consider that I will go with the incognito window and it has a say the Gmail. So what you will do here, take this example that I have the Gmail and now I put some user ID and I click on next. Now my next task is enter the password, right? So once I will try to interact with this, since it's a page change scenario. So page change scenario always required implicit wait because the page is loading and it will try to interact with the web elements. Automation is very fast, right? So it's that time if you don't put implicit wait, it will definitely going to fail. So for avoiding those kind of issues, you should use implicit wait. I will go with this example, like what do you call it? Google one. That is better example. So let me take. Yeah, this is okay site. I will take this site and I will come. Implicit wait. Yeah, this is something that example which I was looking. You can see the same page. First, I'm trying to identify this one. Then I'm clicking on next button. And then if I'm not using implicit wait, so it will fail. And if I'm using implicit wait, then it will work. So let me show you first manually. Manually, I've already shown you. Copy from top to here. It's I need to just copy and paste. That's okay. This is the URL and I just will open the URL. This is implicit wait. Let me comment it out to just know you about the importance of that. So what I'm going to do, open it, right click, inspect. So it is an input tag. You can see here. Type is email. To complete tab index, area level, name is identifier, right? So I'm using the same one. ID is a identifier ID and name is identifier. So anything you can take. I have taken like my.id, identifier ID I have taken. So this is also allocated as you know, my.id. And then I'm putting my user ID over here. So once I put my user ID, so there is a next button. Let's suppose that. So I think language is changed.
Yeah.
English. You can see a next button is there. So what I'm
Yeah.
going to do, I'm clicking on next button. So once I'm clicking on next button, so this page is coming. And this is something. Why it is two times? Try again. Let me comment it out. Let's try again. No, nowhere, right? So let me comment it out. This is not needed. Now my next task is I need to interact with the password field. So I'm coming here to the password and what is the ID? Name is this one. ID is not there. So I will take the name one. It's okay. Driver.find element by dot xpath // input @ name equal to pass with bracket close. So basically this is something and I want to use send key. The same user ID and password I'm trying to put. That's okay. It's just a. And then again we have a next button. What is the next button? It's the by text span. It's almost same. So I can use this just to show you that it's working. Consider that I have disabled the implicit wait. So what will happen when you click on next and it will so fast it will try to interact with that wave element, right? The password field and password field is not there. So it will show you no such element exception. But if you have the implicit wait and duration, whatever you have mentioned, so it will wait maximum number of time defined here. But if find in between, then it will do in that much second and then it will start the execution of the next one. So one more thing about implicit bit that by default polling time is there. By default polling time is like point or you can say 250 milliseconds. So every 250 milliseconds, it's automatically go and checks whether the element is appeared or not. Okay. So in 1 second, I think like it will check for 4 times. So it keeps on checking like that. So let me run this to show you whether it's working on. I have disabled the implicit wait. See, it is taking time and you can see here it is coming like this. They say they couldn't sign you. And what is the issue I'm getting here? No such element exception. You can see here. No such element exception I'm getting. Unable to locate input name password. So this field is not there. It is taking time, so that's why it is not coming. I will just put it, means I can minimize it and rest of the things it will automatically take. So you can just keep it like that. Now you see here, I enabled this implicit wait.
Yeah.
So once I click on next, so it will look for this element. And before, if it is not found, then also it will wait for 15 seconds before throwing the exception. So let me run this. The browser or app is not made secure. Something issue is coming. If I click on try again, then it is coming like that. I think it's not perfect example because something issue is coming, not secure kind of thing. But there was one code. Try again, right? It is coming as something like that. Try again. I will take this. right click, expect. So when it is a try again coming, I will automate with this one. This is also okay. So it is saying that text is a try again. I will look into that. So it's a tag, control F, /A, and then text is try again. Area level, HREF, this, take this area level, that's okay. At the rate, area hyphen level equal to single quotes. You can see 1 of 1. So
Yeah.
I'm getting this. Let me take this. Instead of this, I have this one. So I will comment it out because it is not allowing you. If my implicit wait is disabled, consider this is disabled. And when I'm trying to find this web element, so this element is not loaded, and then it will show you that this element is not found, and then it will show you that exception, no such element exception.
Mm.
Because it won't wait for 15 seconds, right? So
Yeah.
this element will take some time to appear because it is in the next phase, and before it will try to find it, it will throw no such element exception. But when I put this, so it will be find within 15 seconds, and then it will work fine. So as of now, implicit wait is disabled. You see here, it is taking some time to find that or appear, and it will fail. Why? Because implicit wait is disabled. So next phase things, once I try to look it out, it was not loaded and it failed. So you can see it failed or not. You can check here, and it failed due to no such element exception. So it says unable to locate, and now I have enabled this code. So now I am saying that before throwing the exception, wait, check for maximum number of seconds, 15 seconds. So within 15 seconds, if this element is found, so it will click on that. Okay. If it is not found, then it will throw no such element exception. You can see here, this worked fine without any error. So this is the importance of implicit wait. So basically when you apply implicit wait, it means automatic wait. So it worked for all the find element. It's where it is impacting. So you can just say in the interview that it will control all the find element statement. Find element or find elements. Both places it is globally applicable. And normally we are using it after driver.get. Okay, because it is applicable for elements, not for page. So
Okay.
elements will appear after page will be loaded. So then its picture is like a role is coming to the picture, and it's like automatic wait. And here you can put the duration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere you will see some time units kind of thing. So that is also okay. But mostly people are using like that duration of seconds.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is example of implicit wait, but explicit wait, that implicit wait is already there. Then why do we need explicit wait? Okay, and next question is that if implicit wait is there and you put explicit wait, and consider one scenario that implicit wait is 10 and explicit wait is 15. So which one is going to apply? Whether it will be add or like what will the scenario? So theoretically it is like that. Whatever the maximum time you have defined, that is applicable. Not the addition, not the subtraction. Only the maximum time, whatever you have defined, that will be applicable. Consider that your implicit wait was 20 seconds and you put explicit as a 10 second. Then implicit will be
20.
applicable.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if implicit is 15 and you put explicit as 20, then 20 is the
20
highest.
will
So,
be.
so 20 will be applicable. The first difference is that.
Yeah.
Second difference is that why do we need explicit weight? So explicit weight is needed in some of the condition where element is taking a particular element is taking much of the time. So for a particular element, I don't want to change the wait time, synchronization time for all the elements, right? So I will not change the global weight. It is a fixed one, but for a particular web element, if it is needed, so I will go and apply for a particular web element. Third difference is implicit weight is applicable for all the find element method, right? Whereas in explicit weight is only applicable for one element, subsequent one element. Once it is used for next line of code, it is not available. Understand? So
Last one I didn't understand.
once it is saying that implicit weight is applicable for all the find element, right? Maybe number of
Yeah.
10 times, 20 times you have used.
Yeah.
So that is okay. But explicit weight you are using, so it's only applicable for one time. Means one web
Okay.
element it will find. For next web
Okay.
element, it will not be available.
Okay.
So only for one web element you can say, or one line it is available. So there is a
Okay.
way of like syntax, how to use implicit and how to use explicit. I will show you that part. So let me come to the explicit weight demo. Do we have here example? No, I don't have. Explicit weight is here. So what I will do, I will drag this both of part here. Okay. I will give the name as a weight, selenium weight. It's a refactor, rename. Weight. Implicit and explicit. Weight. You can see here, I have given the name and it is coming like that. And once you expand that, implicit we have already seen. Now we will see explicit weight, that how to use that. So explicit weight is a long topic, but I will try to cover whatever I can do it today. It's okay. You can see here, couple of weights I have used and I will try to explain. One is like page load. So page load is what? It means some page is being loaded and how much time you want to wait for maximum to the page to be loaded. So load timeout. Okay. So syntax weight is almost same. This is for page load. It means if you set 5 seconds, so it will check for maximum 5 seconds whether the page is loaded or not. If not, then it will throw the exception. So let me show you that part. If I said like 2 seconds. Okay. And this is the URL I'm going to launch. The rest of the things I'm just commenting out. There's no need. I'm just going to check with 2 seconds, but I'm saying that within 2 seconds, this page should be loaded. If it is not loaded, then it will throw you page load timeout exception kind. Automation is stopped. You can see here, not proceeding, right?
Yeah.
And exception is already there. And what is the name of exception? Timeout exception. And reason timeout receiving message from the renderer. Okay. So like this is the comment. If I say like, okay, 5 seconds. So it will wait maximum for 5 seconds. Page should be loaded, otherwise 12. Again, it failed. Okay. So let me set as a 15 seconds. Here I'm using this one, and I'm using here. So this should be after the page elements. So I will put it here. And this should be before the page. Where you have to use, you have to know that part, right? So this is element things. So element things is after page load, and this is page load. So it should be before driver.get. Right click, run as Java application. So it worked. In 15 seconds, it was successful. Okay. So this is working. Yes, there is no problem in that. Now it's implicit wait. That's okay. Now I will focus on the explicit wait. So explicit wait, first you have to know a couple of things about explicit wait. Let me show you that part. So when we talk about explicit wait, so there are two things. One is fluent wait and one is WebDriver wait. Okay. So how this is a structure, you have to understand. If I go to the WebDriver wait, so basically it's a class. And its parent is a fluent wait. Okay. The structure was like that. If you go to the fluent wait, it is also a class, but its parent is a wait interface. So you have to understand it's the wait interface is the parent, and then fluent wait, and then explicit wait. So when you are using explicit wait, so there are some ready-made methods. Okay. So I will show you that part. That expected conditions class is coming in the picture. And it has some ready-made methods. They have already developed for you and asking you that just to use. Just a way of writing it is, no need to confuse. And break it into 2 lines. Okay, just try to understand. So I'm using here WebDriver wait. So which is the last class in the wait series, wait, fluent wait, then WebDriver wait, like this it will come. So wait is an interface, and then WebDriver wait is a class. So first you have to use, somewhere you will see that people are using like this. So no need to confuse because it's allowed in Java, you know. Any parent reference and child like object you can create. So that's okay. So somewhere you will see like that. But here I'm just using WebDriver wait. So I created the reference as a small WAIT wait. Okay. So once you get this, then there is a until method. Okay. So wait dot until, and in that you can pass expected condition. So once you go to the expected condition, there is a separate class, expected condition. And it has so many methods they have given, I think 21 or 22. So view other outline. You can see overloaded methods are there. So alerts is present. And sometimes you have to check for alerts and attribute contents. So sometimes with the by locator, sometimes with the web element, you can pass attribute to be like this. So DOM attribute to be, so many things are there, but you can use couple of things as pass. And visibility of, sometimes there is an icon loading and it will automatically disappear after some time. So invisibility of is used that time. Some exception is there, then you can use that. Presence of element, visibility of element, text to be present, title is also there. You can see a title contents. So many things are there which you can match. You can see here URL to be visibility of. So visibility of, one time you can pass the web element and second time you can pass list of web elements, and you can also pass by locator. So sometimes you can directly use by, that is also present. Visibility of element located, so by you can pass. So a lot of things are there, and based on the need you can check what you want to. So basically when you are using ExplicitWait, so what you are using, expected conditions class is coming to the picture, and it has all the static methods. You can see here all the methods are static methods. Title contents is static methods. URL to be static methods. So directly class name dot method name you can use. So here I'm using the same expected conditions. Then which one I want to use? So I'm saying that visibility of element located. So here it was asking that what you want to pass. Either you can pass web element or you can just pass the by. So I'm saying that just by and passing here. You see this, right? In the last it was there. So you can go and check. VASI visibility. You can see a visibility of element located. So here you can pass the by kind of thing. So I'm just passing here the by in my code. Okay, by things I'm passing by dot xpath, and which basis I want to find. So what is this element? First I will let you know that what I'm doing here. So this is the web page. Let me go there. Manually first I will explain. If I'm coming here, right click and inspect. Just go and find, and what is the element? It's not there. What is this? I'm finding IMG. Oh, sorry, this is the web URL. Now I have to find this web element. It is also not there. A HRU www.99.int. It's not there. I think they have removed. Guru 99 Selenium link. I think this one. I think this one they are talking. Right click, inspect. I will take another link. This is one link I can take. It's okay. I need to just give the demo. Guru link I can take, right? This is also okay. I can take this one, right click and spec. It's a tag and img. I can take this one. It's okay. Control F. What was there? Why it is not detecting? A H @href https www.guru99.com/. img. That's okay. The locator is correct. Right click, copy value, element, Guru99. If I write the locator /, say @href equal to in the single quotes, big bracket, and then /img. I think img one was there different thing, but let me check with why this is not able to find. I'm copying this, coming here. I'm just trying to find. Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah.
What was the earlier issue? I copied it from here. So same, right? Why it is not able to find HTTP? Okay, it's due to that S was not there, right?
Yeah.
So this is something. Copy. If I come there back, so this is 2. But what it will do now? It will pick the first one. If it is a 2, so in that case, it will find the first one. So it will pick this one, and it will, once you click there, it will be like this. So I'm going with this one. So this will be like first, it will wait for that much second maximum defined. I have defined as a what do you call here. It will not go with this one. Here it is 15 and here it is 20. So what it will do? It explicit wait, and this is only applicable for one web element. So this is only applicable for this one. It is applicable for driver.find element, but it is applicable for expected conditions. So this is only applicable. This line of code, line number 40. I'm not talking about line number 38. This wait you have set, but wherever you want to use, you have to use this wait.until. Explicitly you have used. So for a particular web element, it will be applicable. So for this web element, it is saying that it will maximum wait up to 20 seconds. So once it will find, so I'm storing that link. You see a return type of until is web element. So you can store it somewhere, and then after next line, you can perform the relevant action. That's what you want to do. Once your element is there. So what you want to do? This is my page, right? I think S is there. And it is also a link. It is also a link. So both are the same link. So if I click this, so this is the next step. For this web element, it will wait for a particular number of time. So it waited, and then after that I can click. Once I click, it will show something like that. It will show during runtime. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm using expected conditions dot visibility of located element located on the which basis. So locator you have to pass and the time duration you have to pass. So just remember this syntax. Web driver wait. You can give any name. So I've given here name, the new web driver, and then you have to pass the driver first reference and then the time duration. So time duration is 20 seconds I'm passing. And then once your object is created, WebDriver wait, then wait dot until, and then expected conditions, so parenthesis, right? So it will accept a parameter. So you can use expected conditions class parameter or any method of that. So for this particular web element, it will wait for 20 seconds. For the rest of the web elements, only maximum is 15 seconds. And then you are doing the normal things. That's okay. Now I will run this and I will show you. Once the page is loaded, it click there. You see, click there, and whatever it was supposed to do, it was. So my code is working fine, no problem. So this was one example. If I have other, I will show you. So this is ExplicitWait demo 1. This is ExplicitWait demo 3. So what I will do, I will take this example in the tomorrow's class. Okay. Meanwhile, you can go whatever the things I have explained, and we have to learn fluent wait as well, and expected conditions as well, and explicit wait as well. So when we talk about explicit wait, so a lot of things are coming to the picture. Implicit wait is so easy, but explicit wait is like occasional things sometimes only use, and in the extreme cases you can use. It's for a particular web element, if you have to specify some conditions, so then only you can use it. That's why the name of that class is expected conditions. So based on some condition, you want to find the web element, like visibility of element located, element is clickable, everything is there. So based on the need basis, you can invisibility of is there. Sometimes rotating icon will be there. So that time you can use those things. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it for today's session. Okay.
Okay, Raju. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for joining today's session.
Thank you.